Welcome to the deep dive.
Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. This time, we're going way back in time.
Way back.
The listener sent in some super interesting material about the Lewis and Clark expedition.
Oh, wow.
You know, Lewis and Clark.
Yeah. Of course, Lewis and Clark.
But specifically, it's about the accuracy of the maps that William Clark created during their expedition back in the early 1800s.
Wow, that's a lot.
I think it was like 1803 or something like that. Pretty old school, right?
Yeah, that is really going back in time.
So get this. The maps that Clark made were only off by like 40 miles.
What?
Over thousands of miles of completely uncharted territory.
That's incredible. I mean, think about it. Back then, they didn't have GPS or satellites or even cars.
I know, right? It's like they were navigating by the stars and using compasses and stuff.
Exactly. It really puts things in a perspective, like how much we take for granted today with our technology.
Totally. So the thing is, the listener wants to know what these 200-year-old maps can teach us about, marketing in the modern world.
That's a really interesting question. And, the source material actually makes a really fascinating connection.
Okay, I'm all ears. Let's hear it.
So it basically draws this parallel between, the reliable maps that Clark created and reliable marketing strategies.
Okay, so far so good. I'm following you.
Okay, great. So the idea is that just as Clark had to rely on, proven surveying techniques and astronomical observations to create accurate maps, we as marketers need to rely on, time-tested principles to be successful.
That actually makes a lot of sense. It's like we're trying to navigate this ever-changing marketing wilderness, and we need a reliable compass to guide us.
Right, exactly. And, it's so easy to get caught up in all the shiny new trends and technologies,
Tell me about it. I can't even keep up with all the new social media platforms and algorithms and what have you.
I know, right? It's like every week there's something new to learn.
It's overwhelming. So, okay, I get it. We need to focus on the fundamentals, the stuff that actually works.
That's right. So let's talk about some of these timeless marketing principles that you can always count on.
All right, lay it on me. What's the first one?
Well, the first one is really understanding your target audience.
Okay, that makes sense. You got to know who you're talking to, right?
Exactly. It's like how Clark needed to know the terrain he was mapping.
So how do we do that? I mean, it's not like we can just go out and, explore our customers' minds.
Well, no, but we can do things like market research, surveys, focus groups, really try to get inside their heads.
So what happens if we don't really understand our audience? What's the worst that could happen?
Well, let me give you an example.
Okay.
Remember the Ford Edsel?
The Edsel. Vaguely. It was like a car from the 50s.
Yeah, in the 1950s, Ford actually poured millions of dollars into this car.
Wow.
They were convinced it was going to be a huge hit. They thought everyone would want one. Well, they didn't do their market research, and it turned out that no one really wanted the Edsel. It was a total flop.
Ouch. Talk about a marketing disaster.
It's a classic example of what happens when you don't understand your audience.
Right. It's like trying to sell ice to Eskimos.
Exactly. All right, moving on to another timeless principle, building a strong brand.
Okay, so what does that even mean? What's a strong brand?
Think of your brand as like a compass that guides all your marketing efforts.
Okay, I like that.
It's about crafting this consistent and memorable identity that resonates with your audience. Think Coca-Cola.
Ah, yes, Coca-Cola. Classic example.
Their iconic logo, with that signature red color and just the consistent messaging over the years, all that evokes feelings of happiness and nostalgia.
Yeah, Coca-Cola just has this way of making you feel good,
Exactly. And it makes them instantly recognizable all over the world.
I mean, their marketing is still just as strong today as it was, 50 years ago.
Absolutely. And that's the power of building a strong brand.
Got it. All right, what's the next big principle?
The next one is all about providing real value to your customers.
Okay, so what does that look like in practice?
Think about it like this. You need to deliver something worthwhile, something that actually solves a problem or meets a need for your customers.
That makes sense. But how do we know what our customers actually value?
Well, a lot of it goes back to that first principle, really understanding your target audience.
Right, the research and stuff.
Exactly. You need to know their pain points, their aspirations, their goals.
And then we can tailor our products or services to meet those needs.
Exactly. Think about early examples of word-of-mouth marketing.
Word of mouth? You mean like before the internet and all that?
Yeah. Back in the day, businesses really thrived on recommendations from satisfied customers.
Right, because people trust their friends and family more than they trust advertising.
Exactly. And you know what? That principle still holds true today, even in our digital age.
Oh, for sure. Like, online reviews and social media buzz can really make or break a product.
Absolutely. It's like digital word-of-mouth marketing.
Right. It's all connected.
And that's why providing real value is so crucial. Because when you give your customers something truly valuable, they'll tell their friends, they'll leave positive reviews, and that's how you build a sustainable business.
You know what? I'm starting to see how all these principles tie back to Clark's journey.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, think about it. He didn't set out on this expedition with, some half-baked plan.
Yeah.
He had a clear goal to reach the Pacific Ocean.
Right.
And he had these reliable tools and techniques to guide him.
Yes.
Plus, he had this deep understanding of the terrain.
Absolutely.
And it's the same for us in marketing.
I think so.
We need a clear vision, a solid strategy, and a deep understanding of our customers.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
So, for all of us trying to navigate the wild world of marketing, what's the key takeaway here?
I think it's all about striking that balance between, innovation and staying grounded in the fundamentals.
So, we can't just ignore new trends and technologies completely.
Right. We need to be open to new ideas and approaches, but we should always ground ourselves in those time-tested marketing principles.
So, in other words, we don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Precisely. It's like Clark's Maps. They offered this reliable guide through uncharted territory.
And just like that, those marketing principles can provide a roadmap for our success.
That's a great way to put it, a roadmap for success.
All right. Any final words of wisdom for our listeners before we wrap up this deep dive?
I would say just take a moment to reflect.
Reflect on what?
Ask yourself, am I so focused on the shiny new marketing toys that I'm neglecting the basics? The stuff that's been proven to work time and time again.
That's a good question. I think we're all guilty of that sometimes.
Probably. So maybe revisit those core principles that we talked about.
Like understanding our audience, building a strong brand, providing real value.
Exactly. See how those principles fit into your current strategy.
You never know, you might uncover some valuable insights.
That's right. Always be learning. Always be growing.
Words to live by. All right, thanks for joining us for another deep dive. And remember, sometimes the best way to navigate the future is to learn from the past.
Well said.
Until next time.
See you then.
Step right up, we're diving in. Marketing tales from where to when. Curious facts that make you grin. Welcome, friends, let's begin. From lost campaigns to clever schemes, broken dreams and wild extremes, the lessons learned through all extremes. Truth is stranger than it seems. Oh, it's the deep dive you gotta hear. Marketing tales from far and near. The lessons wrapped in laughter clear. Oh yeah, we're taking the rear. Marketing myths and legends bold. Stories better than gold. Every tale is retold in ways you've never been told. From the quirky ads gone haywire to campaigns that catch fire. Every story to admire. Tune in and let's aspire. Oh, it's the deep dive you gotta hear. Marketing tales from far and near. Lessons wrapped in laughter clear. Oh yeah, we're taking the rear. From lost campaigns to clever schemes, broken dreams and wild extremes, the lessons learned through all extremes. Truth is stranger than it seems. Oh, it's the deep dive you gotta hear. Marketing tales from far and near. Lessons wrapped in laughter clear. Oh yeah, we're taking the rear. Oh yeah, we're taking the rear. Oh, it's the deep dive you gotta hear. Marketing tales from far and near. Lessons wrapped in laughter clear. Oh yeah, we're taking the rear.